Brilliant. Right, we'll get started. So, again, if you've got a block, like I say, keep it near you, or again, a book or something you can step on, but again, you don't have to do it with. It just helps in terms of you feel it a bit more, your hips. Right, so if you take your feet together, you're going to take your heels out and your toes to 12, and you're just going to take your body weight back and forwards onto the front and the backs of your feet. And then just take it down, take it out to the outsides and the insides. And then just come in the middle, and I just want you to be aware of where you're standing and how it feels. So do you find that you're more to the back? Do you find you're more to the front? Or do you find you're more to one side or the other, or the insides, the outsides of your feet? And just be aware of that, so when we come to the end, you should feel a little bit different. You should feel like it's all level sort of thing. Right, so take your toes up, spread them out, place them down. Keep the knee soft, hands at the hips, tilt them back and forwards using the hands. So you're just going to arch the back, so make an arch, so you've got an arch here. Your tummy's forwards, and you're going to round, so you got round here, and your pelvis is forwards. One more of each, and then get your middle, so the middle point where you don't normally stand. And then take your arms down, and you're going to just bring your arms back and round, so your shoulder rolls back, just releasing any tension that you might have at the top of your back and your shoulders, and you might have a few odd cracks and creaks. And one more. Right, we're going to take our hands, we're going to cross over, so imagine you're giving your ribs a hug, or you can put your hands here, and you're just going to breathe in to your hands. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and then out through the mouth. And then as you're breathing in, you should feel your ribs expanding into your hands. So do 2 more. And out. And then 1 more, deep breath in, ribs should expand. And then as you breathe out, ribs should deflate. Bro. Right, and your core, so you don't have to put your hands at your core. You can if you want to have that awareness. Again, don't pull with your hands. You can thumbs to the belly button into a diamond sort of shape, and that's where you should feel your core coming back, but don't use your hands to pull back. So again, you don't have to. Just imagine you've got a belt on from each hip bone, and just create some awareness at your core. So you're going to pull it in as tight as you can. So imagine you've got a belt on from each hip bone, and you're going to pull that belt into your 10th hole. So pull it right into your 10th hole. So try not to tighten up everything else. Try and keep everything just relaxed, and just keep it there. So you should feel it come back, and just hold it there. And then just release. Right, take it back to your 5th hole. Or if you want to imagine a zip on your jeans, pull it in, so half of that, and just hold it there. And release. And then just 2nd, 3rd hole, so just a little bit back. So as you've pulled that back and held it there, create that awareness throughout when you're doing the exercises. That should always be there when you're doing the exercise. And just release. Right, we're just going to mobilise top and then work the bottom. So bring the arms up, lengthen up at the top, and then you're going to keep your hands in. You're going to tilt to one side, and then you're going to bring it up, and then come to the other side, and bring it up, and take the arms down. Right, we're going to take the arms out again, lengthen up at the top, again 1 more for each side, lengthen over, pushing in, so when you come over to this side, push into that foot, staying on the floor, so you're feeling it more at that hip. Come over, other side, again pushing into that other foot, so you're going to feel it at that other hip. And then bring it in and take it down. Right, we're just going to do a bit of dad dancing, as I like to call it. It's just so you can kind of be aware of your hips and where you feel it more and where you don't feel it, etc. So for me, I feel more on this hip because it's my bad hip. So when you're moving, you might feel it's tighter on one side, and we're going to try and release that. So what you're going to do, just move it over to each hip, and you're going to bend one knee and push through the other hip. So again, like I say, you might feel it more on one side when you're pushing through. And then what you're going to do, you're going to bend one knee, keep the leg straight, the leg that's straight, you're going to turn over, and you're going to push through that hip a little bit more, keeping both feet planted, and you should just feel it a bit more at that hip, at the side. Bring it in, other side, so bend the other knee, turn to that other side, push into that hip, turn it over, push it in so you feel it at that other hip. And then bring it in. Right, we're going to come to, if you've got a long bit of your mat, and we're going to do a bit of lunges, just to load up the hips and the glutes. So you're going to take 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, not too far away from each other, and then again, a little bit of a gap so you're stable. And then from there, we're just going to go into some lunges. So from there, lunging it down, hands to the hips or cross, just wherever, and take it back up. And then push it up. So your back heel is up off the floor. And when you're lunging, you should get a bit of over here at the front of your hip. And what you're going to do, from there, you're going to come down, come up, stay there, and you're going to drive this hip forwards, and you should just get a nice stretch down the front of that hip and just hold it there. Brill. Right, we're going to keep this leg straight now. I'm going to take our hands down to the floor, bend this knee, take the hands down. So that means you take the foot back a little bit, take it back a little bit, just at the fingertips, and you're going to bend the front leg and then straighten if you can. If you can't, that's fine, just get the way you can. Bend and straighten. So we're getting a bit at the hamstring now. We'll mobilise, stretch all parts of the leg. That's going to help with the rest of it. And then from there, if you want to make it harder, keep going if you want to. Otherwise, lunge position, hands up, and do it without the hands on the floor. So we're just focusing on the leg. Again, you should still be getting that stretch here. Right, one more. Take it down. Right. Shuffle this foot in. Keep the heel off the floor. And we're going to come back up, and you're going to kind of lunge again, but come forwards, stay forwards, straighten the leg. Lunge, keeping that back leg strong and straight. So we should be getting it more now with the glute. So we're loading up that glute, ready for the side lying bits. Again, keep breathing throughout, don't hold your breath. So think of it as the exhale, you're breathing out, breathe in, breathe out. Right, one more. Bring it in and step it together, step it through. Again, you can stop facing, it's up to you, just wherever. Again, back into them lunges, so bring your stance where's best. Lunge down and then take it up. Keep your balance and take it up. Again, we're just warming through, getting the hips ready, and then take it up. One more. Again, one more up, driving this back hip forward, so we're getting a lovely stretch at the front of our hip. Good, and ease it off. Again, right, take it down to the floor. You need to take the back foot back a bit more. Again, this one, you're keeping the legs straight, bending the front knee and straightening. So we've got a bit done for the fronts of the legs, now on the back. Keeping the back legs straight, keeping the back heel up. Again, if you can't straighten, that's fine, just push towards it. And then one more. If you want to stay here, stay here. If you want to make it harder, control it up, keep your balance, hands up. So again, we've got less balance here. So if you need to have the hands back down, if you're really struggling, just keep the hands down. You don't have to choose the harder option, it's just there. Right, one more. And take it back in a bit, this back foot. Same again, feel where it's better. Taking the fingertips down, bending, and straightening. That's the dog walking, lovely. And then if you can, take it up. So you've got more loading for front bit of the hip. If you can, tap, take it up. Back leg straight, sorry. Just correct myself. So we should be feeling the outside. And one more. And take it up. Well, right, we'll do one more, like I said, with the block, and then we'll get down to the floor. So if you've got something to stand on, if you don't, that's fine. You can do it without. So what we'll be doing is, one leg will be bending, so obviously this foot would be on the block. You bend to tap in front, bring it in, bend to tap the side, bring it in, tap the back, bring it in. If you've got a block, it'll be better because you can feel it more at your hip. Again, you don't have to. So set it up, get your balance. So the foot that's down, get your balance when you've lifted that other foot. And then you're going to bend the knees, the leg that's down, bend the knee, tap the toe in front, bring it in, tap to the side, bring it in, tap behind. So we're getting it, should be feeling it right through the hips. Well, hip, sorry. So we're just doing 4 times for each way. That's 2. Again, keeping the core in to keep you centered. That's my balance. Just get it back. Good, and then once you've done that, 4 swapping sides. Again, you don't have to do block moves. Just whatever you're doing, get your balance, and then off you go. Again, 4 times for each way. Again, you might find one hip is a bit weaker, one might be taking over, maybe a little bit stronger. So you're just trying to even it out and it gets stronger and that weaker one. Right, I think I've got one more. I mean, chatting away. Down and up. Right, spot on. Right, we're all going to make our way down now. So just roll your shoulders back and then twist over to each side. Releasing any tension, and you might have at your hips. If you've got any cracks, any creaks that need released, just release them off. Couple more, and then bring it in. Right, come with the side of your mat. Just flatten mine out. I'm going to bend the knees just slightly, and we're going to start rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. So, imagine your spine is like a string of pearls, and you're going to peel down 1 vertebrae at a time. So chin's tucking in, and you're going to start to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. I'm just going to hold the bottom, sink down. I'm going to come back up, so keeping the knees soft. Start and curl back up to standing. 1 vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. Last time for the rolling down. Roll it down. Again, just hold at the bottom. Bend the knees, and then once you're ready, you're going to walk it out. And we're going to miss out the front, the all fours, and so we're just going to go straight onto the side. So if you can, if you're not on the side, so if you have it so your weaker hip is the top and your stronger hips are the bottom. So if you're on that wrong side, switch sides, going straight from one side to the other. Because if you start on your weaker one, it'll be better because you're using this side to help you with this side. So if you can do that way. This is my weaker one, so that's why I'm starting this way. Right, so if you just lengthen out to start with, so wriggle the fingers out and then stretch the legs away. And then from there, you're going to take your hand behind your head. If you want to have your head down, if you want to like kind of have your arm like so to cushion for your head, or if you want to use a cushion, you can do. I'm just going to put my hand behind my head, that's where it's comfortable for me. And you're going to bend your knees. If you want to use the long edge of the back of your mat, you can do. So the feet at the back, so you've got a straight line from the back. And then heels are going to stay together, so they're not going to come apart. And the top leg is just going to come up and back down. And we're not going to focus too much on squeezing the glute. We're going to focus on those little rotation muscles in your glutes. So you should just be feeling those while you're doing this. So try not to focus too much on the squeeze. Try to focus on that. So that's, if you've got any hip problems, this is going to be good for that. Just have your hand down, again with the pelvis. Try not to move it too much or at all. Try and keep it where it is, try and keep it fixed. So if you find that your arm moving back, just put your hand at your hip, just to be a bit more control of it. Just so you can keep it there. Or just keep your hand down, just whichever. Right, from there, we're gonna move from the bottom to the top. So the feet are gonna come up. So you're gonna make the motion bigger. So the feet are gonna come up, so you're gonna make a bigger range of motion. This is where you'll squeeze your glute. So from the bottom, moving the legs up, squeeze at the top, slowly down. So we're making it bigger. So making the, rather than just a normal climb, we're making it from the bottom, moving the bottom leg so we can get a bigger range to come up. Right, we'll just do 3 more of those. Again, I'm not very good with the counting, so I'll try and keep it the same on each side, best I can. Right, 1 more. Take it up, take it down. Right, bottom leg's gonna stay down. This top leg, it's gonna be a bit like a swoosh motion. So from there, you're gonna kind of knee to knee, and you're gonna swoosh it up. So it's a bit like a figure of 8. So you're getting a bit of movement for your hip. It's gonna be obviously good for your hip and your glute sort of thing. So take it up in a kind of like a safe figure of 8. So we're not fixed, we're keeping it moving. Like say, figure of 8 with that hip. So you're drawing it with your knee kinda. Right, 2 more. And 1 more. And bring it in, just bring that top leg in, just have a little breather and then take it back. Right, keep that bottom leg bent. From there, we're gonna go back, middle and front, up and down with the legs. So the leg's gonna go straight. If you can, you're gonna rotate. So if you just start here, rotating the kind of the hip and the thigh. So you're moving the toes facing up and facing down. So again, you'll feel those little rotators in your hip and your glute. And then what you're going to do, you're going to turn it so it's down, and you're going to try and maintain that. If you can't, just keep it forwards. Try your best to keep it down. You're going to take the leg back. You might find you come forwards a little bit, so just get your centre, get as far back as you can, and then take the leg up and down. So again, don't go up too high, because then that's going to sacrifice your form. So just get to where you feel at your hip and back down. Again, if you find you forwards too much, just bring the leg back to you a little bit, back to the centre a little bit. So you are back, but you're not completely in the centre. Right, 3 more. So we really should be feeling at that hip. Because we're toes down, we should feel it more at the hip. And then last one. And then bring it back to centre. Little movements again. Again, you might feel like your hips are a bit fatigued. So if you need that little breather, have that little breather. Really feel that in mind now. Right, take it down. And then we're going to go up and down from parallel. So point the toe down again, take it up, and then back down. So we should be getting a bit more fatigue, like I say, at your hip. Keep breathing. If you hold your breath, you're going to struggle more. So just focus on your out breath as you come up, in breath as you come down. And then 3 more. 2 more. Keep breathing. Last time. And take it down. Again, take it up. Rotate. So we're really getting, you should feel it more, you should feel it better now, because you've done back and middle. And then just have a little breather, because we're going through the front, it's going to be a little bit harder on this one. Should have started with this one. So we're going to go at the front now. So again, point the toe down, take it to the front. Again, if you haven't got that flexibility, go all the way at the front to 90. Just have a little bit on an angle. So taking it up, try your best to keep the toe down. If you can't, just flex your foot. That might help a little bit with your fatigue. If you can, try and keep the toe down. 3 more. And last one. And bring it in, bro. Right, last bit on this bit, and then we're going to go on the other side. So we're going to go front and back, and then we're going into pulses. So keeping the toe, going to keep it so it's normal rather than down. So flex the foot, point the toe back, flex the foot forwards, point the toe back. Try your best to keep going with that. I know your hips might be burning, but try and keep working through it, strengthening them up. 2 more. And on the second one, after you've done the second one, take it back forwards, and we've got pulses. So up and down, little pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, take that knee in. Whew. Right, just ease off that hip a little bit. That was horrible. Right, what we're gonna do, palm down, walk it up. This top leg, take it across the other one. So we're gonna get a little bit of a stretch now, a little reliever. And then you're gonna just tuck it into you as much as you can. Keep that leg exactly where it was, keep it bent, and you're gonna just tuck that leg into you. So you should be getting a good stretch at the outside of your hip. Just tuck it in, just stay with that stretch. Trying your best to put both feet down, both hips down, sorry. And then if you can either stay here if you want a bit more, hug the leg, and then just turn around, so you're just gonna get a bit more of a stretch at the outside of that hip. And then just ease it off. Brilliant. Right, we're gonna swap sides. So, taking the legs over this way, or just obviously your other side, and you'll sharp know if you're at the wrong side, because you'll be feeling it at that hip. So lengthening out as much as you can. And then again, just wherever's comfortable. So if you want your head down, or if you want to cushion the head, so bending at the elbow, cushioning the head to your hand there, or hand behind, just whatever's better for you. So again, using the back edge of your mat if you need to, feet together, heels are staying together so they're not coming off just yet. Same again, so hand down or hand at your hip, just wherever's better. And just using those little rotators, we're not squeezing the glutes yet. And little rotators in your hips and your glutes. So in that section, you're should feel them kind of crossing over each other. So if you tune in to that part of your body, and that's where you should feel it. So try not to focus too much on the squeeze, like I say. Again, keep breathing. So breathing out as you're going up, breathing in as you're coming down. Again, just warming through this one to start with, and you're going to feel it shortly. So 2 more. And take it down. Right, this is where we're going to add on to make it bigger. So lifting the feet up, knees are staying down, lift up. This is where you'll squeeze your glute. So rotators should be warm. So while you're taking it up, while you're squeezing, you should feel it. You should be able to squeeze better. And you should be feeling it more because you've warmed up those little rotators. Down, take it up, squeeze, ease down. Okay, you might find the sides, well, if you started like I did on your weaker side, you might find the sides a lot easier with the movement. Shouldn't be as tight. Right, 2 more. If you've got too tight glutes, tight hips, you might struggle. Right, feet down, again with that little swooshing motion, so that little figure of 8 you're drawing with your hip, with your knee. So again, getting those little rotators moving, try not to make it too big, otherwise if you come too far back, your pelvis is going to rock back, and we don't want that. We want the work for your hip, for your glute, we want it to stay there. And continue to breathe. Again, like I say, always keep telling you, but it's so easy to just forget and just hold your breath because you're finding it hard, or you just forget. So just try to continue. So keep breathing. That's going to make it a lot easier, the movement a lot easier. Right, 2 more. And last one. And bring it in. Brilliant. Right, again, straightening that leg, keeping the bottom leg bent. Rotating each way. So again, moving from the hip socket sort of thing. See your thighs going up, thighs going down, or your toes going up, if you can see from there. Toes going up, toes going down. And then from there, if you can, toes down, take the leg back. Try not to go too far, otherwise you want to do that. So again, get to your point where you can maintain it, but you've got your leg back. And again, toes facing down, leg up and back down. Again, should be feeling it with your toe down more at your hip. If you can't, if you're struggling with moving your ankle that far down, if you've got any ankle problems, just keep it normal. I wouldn't want to make it so that's very painful for you. So just should just obviously help something. Right, 2 more. And 1 more. Little rest. From there, again, if you need a little rest, tuck it in, take it away, again, rotate. Again, like I say, should feel a little bit easier with the rotation because we've warmed through a little bit more. And take it down. Right, we've got the middle part. So again, toes facing down if you can, leg up, back down. Again, try not to focus too much with this one on bringing the leg up too high because we're keeping that focus here. Like I've said this whole time, and you're probably sick of hearing this. Right, just keep trying your best to keep that toe down. Again, if you need a breather, have a breather, come back in. Right, 2 more. Last one. Well, again, tuck it in if you need to. Again, the little rotation, again, should be a little bit easier. Couple more. Little rest. Right, we've got the front part. So, taking the foot, so it's, again, toe down if you can, so it's at 90 or a bit on an angle. If you can't get it all the way forwards, take it up and back down. Again, try not to drop the pelvis, try and keep it stacked. So if you find that when you take your leg forwards that it's dropping, just take the leg a little bit on an angle, so that's not gonna do that. Again, keep breathing. Three more. Take it 1 more. And just a little breather, tuck it in. Right, we've got forwards and back and then pulses. So this is where you're going to flex your foot to go forwards, flex to go forwards, point to come back. Again, flex to go forwards, point to come back. Keeping that bottom leg down and keeping it, so load it down, so you're going to keep your balance. And 3 more. We've got them little pulses. Keep breathing. Right, again, take it forwards. Little pulses, 10 of those. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, again, took that again. Well, right, again, coming up. Take it up. Bottom leg staying down. Gonna relieve that hip just like we did the other side. So clasp hands together, tucking it in as much as you can. Just relieve off that hip. Tuck it right in, and then if you want to make the stretch a bit bigger, grab on, hug onto the leg, and just turn around, try and fix both hips down as much as you can. And ease it off. Right, if you come onto your back, so just nice and controlled on your back, so feet down, and just round and slowly, if you can, take it down. Lengthen out from the toes, lengthen out from the arms, and we're going to do a little bit on bridges, and then we'll be done. So feet in, try not to have them too far away and too close, so just like parallel. Knees, when you're doing this, try not to flare the knees out, try and keep control of it. Start with a normal pelvic tilt, so just push through your feet. So imagine you're pushing down to the floor as much as you can. That's going to lift the tailbone up, and you're going to just slowly uncurl 1 vertebrae at a time till you get to the top, and you're going to just come down 1 vertebrae at a time. And again, slowly build it up. stretchy belt, and take it down. And a couple more like that. Again, try and keep in control of your spine as you're coming up, as you're coming down. And then one more. Taking it up. And then from there, we're going to come up on this next one. Again, with this next one, if you need the regression, keep the regression. Otherwise, I'm going to continue to progress. So from there, you're going to just lift up and take it down. So if you're finding that you're dropping the hips, just have your hands lightly. I mean lightly. Don't grab a hold and keep them up. Otherwise, it's just cheating. Just lightly hold. And just have a little bit of awareness. Just trying your best to keep the pelvis and the hips where they are. So you're not moving from the hips. We're staying where we are. Use your core to help keep you there. Right, if you want to progress, take the leg away, take it down, swap. Again, if you don't need your hands there, if you're fine keeping the pelvis where it is, keep it where it is. Again, if you need that little breather, have that little breather, come down. Right, next bit, back to where you were, knee in, back down. Again, if you need that regression, like I say, keep that regression. If you want to go back to just normal pelvic tilt, just the first one, very first one we did lying, just do that one. Right, one more for each. Right, take it down. Right, we've got circles. So if you want to do them on the floor with your legs circling, you can do it from there. If you can, do it from a hold here. So again, uncurl, back to here. Taking one leg up, and then just little circles. Keeping it still from the pelvis, keeping it as still as you can. Using your core, other way. 2 more. Keep that leg up, legs coming down, legs coming up. Again, you can do this lying, that's absolutely fine. 3 more. Staying strong with this glute. 1 more. Take it up, drive up that little bit more, extend the leg up to the ceiling, and slowly take it down. Right, slowly bring it back up, other side. Taking the leg up to straight, and then circles. Again, just little circles, keeping the pelvis up. Try and keep the movement from the hip, not from the ankle, not from the knee. Other direction. Keeping this standing leg, well, the one that's keeping you up, keeping you up as much as you can. Right, 1 more. Lengthen up. Again, leg lift up and down. Take it up, take it down. 3 more. 1 more. Take it up, lengthen up from that toe, rise it up to the ceiling. Keeping this leg stagnant as much as you can, keep it still, and then slowly down. And then just grab the legs and just tuck them in, little rock side to side. Sweating, absolutely sweating. Right, we're going to do some stretches for your hips now, just to finish. And then we should be nice and lengthened and stretched out from your hips. Right. If you can grab the ankles and pull the ankles down towards, if you can reach into your arches of your feet, the hands, just pop the head down. You're gonna just pull the feet down, so driving the knees down towards the floor. So you should get a nice stretch at the insides of your hips. And then if it feels good, little rock side to side, just to try and increase it a little bit more. See if you can get a little bit more out of it. And ease it off. Right, stretch for the outsides, taking one leg across. The hands are going to go through the gap, so you're going to have to lift this foot, take the hands through the gap, cradle the hands together, and clasp the hands together, sorry. Pull that leg towards you, but you should be getting a stretch at the outside of that other glute. And then if you can, just little circles. And every time you come towards you, you're going to pull in more. So you should just get a bit more of a stretch. And then go the other way. Again, pull in. When you get back to you, one more, and ease it off, swap it over. Taking the other one across, same again, hands, cups together, pull them back, pop the head back down, pulling it in, a few circles to pull in every time you come back towards you. Just getting a bit more of a stretch at the outside of that hip. And one more, go the other way. Again, pulling in, away, pulling in. Two more. And bring it in, spot on. Right, we're gonna rock and roll up to seated, or do a roll up. So again, feet together, hands at your shins or your knees, and round your back. And you're just gonna rock till you get up to seated. If that doesn't feel good for you, just come up any way you can. Right, come to the knees, and we're just going to do some stretch, a couple more stretches for the insides, a couple for the outsides, and then we'll be done. Right, so one for forwards, one for back, and you're just going to play around with where you can feel it best. So drive back, and then come back a little bit with the hip, pull back, pull forwards, take it back. If you need to move the foot, you need to move the knee, move the knee, move the foot, just so you get it more the front. And then if you can stay here if you want. If you can, put both hands down. If you want a bit more, taking that back knee back a bit more and just come down a bit more into it. So if you can come further down, come with a forearm or one forearm. So you're just going to get more of a stretch at your hip. And then just ease it up, go back, swapping it through. Take the other one forwards, same again, play around with it. So come back and forwards. If you need to move the knee, need to move the foot, so you should be feeling it. Every time you drive the pelvis forwards, you should be feeling it. The knee that's down, should be feeling it more, that hip. And then just bring it forwards, keep it there, should be feeling it right down the inside. And again, if it feels good, hands down. You can either stay here or take the knee further back. And then if you've got the flexibility, down to the forearms, you should feel it more at the inside of that hip. Again, just do whatever's best for you, wherever you can feel it. And then walk back, take back. Right, from there, I'm going to just do outside and then we're done. Take one knee forwards, taking it onto that cheek. If you need the bottom leg bent, keep it bent and you can still get a stretch here. If you can, straighten it. You're going to shuffle your weight to the middle so you're not on your bum and you're not over your knee like that. You've got your leg, your foot on the inside and you're in the middle. And you can either stretch here for the outside, if you want a bit more, you can walk it out and then just sink down. So you're just going to get a bit more the outside of the hip, the glute. And then walk back. We're literally just going to take the leg back into a plank, swap through. Unhook the back toe, take that leg back, swap through. Again, onto your bum, onto the side, get your middle, back leg straight if you can. If you need a bend, have a bend. Either stretching it here, or if you can, walk it out, sink it down, just getting more of a stretch. Should be the outside of the hip and the glute. Should get a little bit the inside as well. Brill, and walk it back. Brill, spot on. Taking the knees together, we're going to make our way back up to standing. So, palms down, unhook the toes, push the body weight to the feet, and we're going to take it up one vertebrae at a time. So, chin's tucking in, building it up, one vertebrae at a time. Head's the last thing to come up. And as always, I take the arms out by the sides, lengthen them at the top, And you're just going to literally drop the arms and let yourself hang down. So from there, just drop the arms, let yourself hang down, release any tension. And then same again, taking it up, build it up. I'm just going to take the front just to see where you are. Build it up one vertebrae at a time. Again, lengthen up, take the arms out by the sides, lengthen up at the top. And then again, once you're ready, you're going to drop the arms and let yourself hang down. So from there, drop the arms, let yourself hang down, release any tension. Make sure we're breathing. Last one. Taking it up one vertebrae at a time. Uncurling, head's the last thing to come up. Taking the arms out by the sides. You can lengthen up, palms together at the top. Breathe out as you bring them down to your chest. And that's you done. Well done, spot on.